Charleston Southern head coach Gabe Giardina, the team coming off a loss against nationally ranked UT Martin this last week. This week, they're home. They're going to host Bryant, the first of two straight home games for the team. So, Coach, just some thoughts, and we'll go to some questions.
Um, you know, we tried to run it against UT Martin, and we couldn't. Great job by their defense, and maybe for an offensive fan, it wasn't real exciting a game, but a defensive coach loved it. Very low scoring. I thought two teams playing extremely physical brand of football on both sides of the ball, and kudos to UT Martin for having a little more firepower and executing a little bit better than we did, and scored some points. And really good team. Obviously, I got a great back, and just unbelievable defensive front. Bunch of guys just coming waves at you. But hey, we're on to the next one, and excited to have Bryant, come down and see us here in Charleston.
Before I ask you about Brian, just a quick question on UT Martin that you said there. How do you compare them to some of those other teams you played? Because you've played some really tough teams this year, especially at the FCS level.
Well, I think every bit as good as doggone William and Mary's front. I think William and Mary may have 2 draft picks on their front, and I think UT Martin. I think the Dotson kid is a handful. I know he didn't play the whole game against us, but they do such a good job. They're so deep, and it's like I said last week. It's like a Star Wars movie. It's like the Attack of the Clones. It's like everybody's like 6'3" and 235 pounds. You're like, holy cow! It doesn't matter if it's Chip or I don't know, the young man number 7. They're overhanging to the field, and he just got after us several times. So, and then obviously complete team. Punter was great in the game. Doggone, and they stick with it. They run it right at you, and so very good team. Look like a playoff team to me. I think there's a lot of teams in this league there that deserve some shine, because it's been a tough it's a tough conference slate.
Before I ask you about Brian too, you've allowed just 45 points in 4 home games this season. Your defense has played well. Martin was the number 1 offense in the league. So talk about that. Like, how do you feel your defense is still, or I guess, continued to grow throughout the season too?
I'm just really proud of the effort they're playing with, and we're trying to play with some numbers, and doggone, Amari Jenkins, freshman Will linebacker, probably played 30 snaps all season. We get Sheree goes down the week before, with his elbow going out of place, and Amari steps in, has 14 tackles. It's like, holy, smokes. I mean, just had backup safety, Dom Pagano had 9 tackles. So just proud of those guys. Obviously, Nick Revez, our defensive coordinator, is doing a fantastic job with just the mentality that they play with and mixing it up enough. And I've been coached with Nick for a long time, and not surprising to me, but just just what they do. But being multiple, but just how they do it is it's uplifting to our entire team. And so just really proud of the effort that we put forth. We bent a couple times, but didn't just totally break, and against a really good offensive team.
So you're going to be back at home, and that's a place where you've won 2 in a row, and you've won 3 of 4, and your only loss at home was the William and Mary by 8 points. Just talk about that, the being at home in that atmosphere.
Those are things I don't even think about, until you bring them up. But the friendly confines of the shipyard, right? Obviously, it's just naturally a little bit easier when you're at home. You got a little more time just to get rest and rehab, and especially at this time of the year with everybody just being banged up, is a nice thing. I think our students and our crowds actually have been awesome. Obviously, it's been just something that we're trying to get people fired up about Charleston Southern football, And I think just we've had some great community support, and we got these 5 little towns around us, here, and so it's exciting. We've had Somerville Day, we've had Hanahan Day, and this week I think we got Goose Creek Week, or I call it the 5 bureaus of Charleston here. So just really excited to see those different areas of our community come out, represent, and be a part of our game day experience.
And then tell me a little bit about Bryant. They're obviously coming off a overtime loss. They've played some good teams too. So what have you seen from them?
Absolutely. They've played everybody really tight. They've lost, a couple, on the last drive of the game. Chris is doing a great job. Quarterback is, makes them go. Obviously, he's there, in the passing game, does a great job. He's also their leading rusher. So, gotta have a great plan for him. And then, they just do a good job offensively. I think putting plans together, and have played people tight, not just this year, but last year, as well. And then defensively, they're a scrappy group, play multiple fronts, and, got another sack artist over there. Big number 8, got a bunch of pass rush moves that go speed to power on you. You can finesse you, do a bunch of different things. So, typical association game, Kyle. We'll have our hands full again, So I was going to say this too, about our home game environment. We probably have the best inflatables. I'm saying I'm seeing a lot of inflatables that, Eastern Illinois, we don't play them, but everything the whole entire campus is blue, even the inflatables. So we at least change the colors up, So, but anyway.
I'm going to use that in the quote graphic this week. I like that. That's hey, what if it works this weekend with the inflatables? We'll you win another game. We'll bring it back up next week. Coach, appreciate your time this morning. Best of luck this weekend. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it.